Okay, welcome back once again. Now we are focusing on, or we are looking to the applications. So applications of endosperm in the field of plant breeding. So through the endosperm culturing, it has enabled us to produce the production of the triploid plants. So as a result of its triploid plant production, we once we already discussed that these plants have vigorous vegetative growth, so we can use it in economic field. So this vegetative parts of plants can be easily used as in for the economical uses. And this triploid plants are self-sterile and usually seedless, and the trait increase edibility of the fruit. So this traits increases the edibility of the fruits like apple, banana, grapes, watermelon, mango, etc., which are commercially important. These fruits are commercially important, and also this increase the or better this triploid plants also shows the better performance or increase their performance in timber and fuel yielding plants compared to the normal diploid or tetraploids. And also there is no problem of seed sterility, as this can be multiplied, or plants can be produced through vegetative means. Now we are looking on the other ways other ways to produce triploid plants, other than some other ways other than the endosperm culture. Endosperm culture is a one method that through which we can produce triploid plants, and there are some other methods or ways to produce the triploid plants, that are natural selection, sexual hybridization, and or we can say it as artificial hybridization, and last one is fusion of somatic diploid protoplasm with haploid microsporic cells. The information regarding the last one is not much there, so let us focus on natural selection and sexual hybridization. So first one is sexual hybridization, natural selection. Natural selection means we know that nature provide as a big variety of different plants with different uh, varieties with different characteristics and many desirable characters that are needed for us. So nature provide us what triploid plants. So the triploid plants can be also naturally occurring plants, and Populus termula L is widely present in the nature. This is one of the triploid plant that is naturally occurring plant, and the popular natural triploid plant. This plant was discovered in 1930s in Sweden, and this named as Jija because of this huge leaves, rapid growth, tall structure, tall etc. compared to the trees of that same age. So we already said it that the triploid plants have extraordinary structures like large organs. So because of this populus stimula is different from, or it is different from when it compares to the other trees at the same age or same species. So that is why it's called Jija. Jija means large, no. And this triploid populars are also had more desirable characteristics of folium growth, resistance, stem strengthness, and fibers rather than did the diploids of the same species. So this all characters are we already discussed in the triploid plants, and it also unreduced Gametes seems to be occur more frequently when the plants experience environment stresses. So these triploid plants can also adjust according to the environment stress. So this is a Populus termula is one of the naturally occurring triploid plants. This is the best example for the natural selection. And the next one, so the natural selection can happens either either by forming offsprings from the parent of triploid parent. So the triploid parent give rise to triploid ovary and give rise to triploid offsprings, or we can get it by triploid plant with diploid plant gives a triploid offspring. Now next we are coming to artificial hybridization. Artificial hybridization means in case we can artificially hybridize to produce triploid plants that are by crossing with 2x into 2x, that is 2n into 2n, or 2n into 4n, 4n into 2n, or 2n into 3n. These are the some sets of parents through which through by hybridizing them we can produce triploid plants by sexual hybridization. And most conventional methodology is by hybridizing 2n into 4n or 4n into 2n hybridization. This is the most conventional method. And uh, in sexual hybridization, sometimes the 2n parent plants, that is, if we are taking a parent plant that is 2n, then first we will treat it with a colchicine. It is a chemical that uh, that doubles the sets of chromosomes. So 2n parents become 4n plant, that is tetraploid. That is how before sexual hybridization the plants are treated. So here we can see the 2n parent plant is treated with a colchicine. Colchicine. Here, here 2n parent is treated with a colchicine at the shoot tip. So we will get as a result after treating it, we will get a tetraploid, new growth of tetraploid plants. From this plant, uh, a flower is developed either in the form of pollens or eggs in the ovary. Then fusing this foreign with the normal plant, that is 2n, we will get a triploid seed that is with a 3n. So this is how the sexual hybridization takes place, and as a result this triploid seeds grown into the triploid plants, and we can produce triploid fruits without seeds or with no seeds. Or another way is, if we are taking this is an example for artificial hybridization. Here we are taking one parent or consider it as a female. So the female parent is taken as a tetraploid, that is with a 4n, that is 4 sets of chromosome. So here the ovary contains egg. Ovary contains egg inside it with a 4n. After meiosis, it undergoes and divide into 2n. So the egg becomes 2n. And in case of male parent, we are taking diploid one. So here the the parent contains 2n. After meiosis division, which takes place in the and the pollen is formed with a single end, that is only a single set of chromosomes. So and after this fusing this pollen, that is male parent with the male parent, that is n, with the female parent, that is 2n, will get a 3n zygote, or resulting in a 3n embryo that are viable to produce plant. So after getting this embryo, we can culture the seeds. 3N seeds are harvested to grow into seedless watermelon plants. So this is the best example for the artificial hybridization. That's all. Thank you.